When we reach our 60s, we start to notice clear changes in our bodies. Our legs are not as quick as they once were. Standing up from a chair takes a little more time, and sometimes we simply want to sit still and rest. That is completely normal. It does not mean we are becoming weak. It means our bodies are asking to be treated with more care. At this stage of life, maintaining strength is not about trying harder or pushing through discomfort. It is about choosing gentle, slow movements that suit us. Just enough to help us stand up more easily each day, walk with greater comfort, and move through daily life with less effort. If, as you listen, you recognize yourself somewhere in this story, you may want to share a few simple lines. It reminds us all that we are not alone on this journey. Strength without strain. At 60, just hearing the words strength training can feel intimidating. We often picture straining muscles, heavy breathing, and aching joints, as if discomfort were the only sign that something is working. That kind of thinking makes us hesitate. We step back once, then again, and before long, we stop trying altogether. But the truth is, strength at this age is no longer about doing more or moving faster. It is about keeping the body steady and capable, strong enough to support a comfortable daily life. After 60, the body naturally slows down. Muscles do not disappear overnight, but when they are used less, they quietly weaken over the years. It happens so subtly that we barely notice. At first, standing up takes a little longer. Then stairs start to feel like a challenge. Eventually, sitting feels safer than moving. This is not laziness. It is the body choosing the easiest way to avoid fatigue. And when we stop using our strength, the body simply adapts to that habit. What matters most is understanding that strength does not have to come from heavy or exhausting exercises. For older adults, gentle, slow, and controlled movements help the body remember how to use its muscles naturally. Moving at an unhurried pace gives the body time to adjust. The joints relearn motion, balance feels steadier, and fear begins to fade. Exercise stops feeling like pressure and starts to feel like an invitation for the body to move again in its own rhythm. Many people believe light movement has no real effect. In reality, older bodies respond very well to moderate, consistent motion. When a familiar movement is repeated slowly and regularly, muscles can grow stronger without leaving us drained. A mild sense of tiredness after moving is very different from pain or exhaustion. It is a quiet reminder that the body is still active, still alive, still responding. Strength at this stage of life is not about proving anything. It is about serving everyday needs, being able to stand up without leaning too heavily on your hands, walking around the house without needing to stop and rest, feeling that you still have control over your own body. When we see strength this way, exercise becomes easier to accept and much lighter in the mind. And remember, there's no need to keep up with anyone else. No need to compare yourself to younger people or even to who you were 10 years ago. Each gentle movement is a small way of preserving strength for tomorrow, and that, truly, is enough. Legs that grow weaker. Over time, many people after 60 notice the same thing. Their legs are not what they used to be. A short walk can feel tiring. Standing for a while may cause a slight trembling. Moving too quickly can bring a quiet sense of worry, a fear of not feeling steady enough. Some joke that their legs no longer listen to them, but in truth, this is a very natural part of aging. It is not because you have done something wrong. It is simply the body changing in its own way. Over the years, the muscles in the legs are used less and less. In the past, we walked more, worked more, went up and down stairs without thinking. Our legs were always engaged. As we grow older, life slows down. We sit more, move less, and everything becomes gentler. When that gentleness lasts too long, the leg muscles are no longer called upon as often. The body is very good at conserving energy, so when strength is not needed, it slowly lets it go. Because this happens gradually, we often do not notice it at first. It may begin with a feeling of weakness in the morning, or needing a few extra seconds before standing up. Later, we look for a place to sit sooner when we go out. Then, even stepping up onto a low curb can feel uncertain. These changes may not cause pain right away, but they quietly affect our confidence in movement. What is important to understand is that weak legs do not mean it is too late. Older bodies can still adapt remarkably well. They just need the right approach. Familiar movements, the same ones we use every day, when done more slowly and with awareness, help the leg muscles remember their role. There is no need to go far or move fast. Consistency matters far more than speed. As you begin to pay closer attention to your legs, you may notice that even a small amount of gentle movement each day can make a difference. Standing feels steadier. Walking around the house feels more confident. Even the simple act of getting up no longer brings fear. These are not sudden changes, but small, steady improvements that last. Your legs have carried you through a long journey in life. At this age, there is no need to force them to be as strong as they once were. It is enough to help them stay strong enough to support your daily activities with a sense of ease and safety. And that, truly, is something to value. Standing up and sitting down becomes harder. Many people after 60 notice a very clear change. Standing up and sitting down no longer feels as easy as it once did. From a low chair, we often need to push with our hands, gather a bit of momentum, or rise slowly, step by step. Sometimes, while sitting, we think we can stand up right away. But when the moment comes, the body hesitates, as if it needs a little extra time to prepare. These moments happen every day, so we grow used to them and rarely question them, assuming this is simply part of getting older. In truth, standing up and sitting down is one of the most demanding movements the body performs. It requires coordination from the legs, hips, back, and balance all at once. When we were younger, it happened so naturally that we never noticed. After 60, as leg strength decreases slightly and reactions slow a bit, this movement begins to feel more challenging. It is not that we cannot do it, but that it takes more care, more time, and more effort. Another reason is that we tend to sit more than we used to. Sitting to watch television, sitting to rest, sitting to avoid feeling tired. Sitting feels comfortable in the moment, but when it becomes a habit, the body grows used to stillness. The leg muscles are not called upon as often, the joints move less, and when it is time to stand, the body feels unprepared. That hesitation does not mean true weakness. It simply means the body needs clearer signals to engage. When standing up becomes difficult, many people begin to avoid situations that require it. We choose higher chairs, stay seated longer, or ask for help. These choices can bring peace of mind, but they also reduce the body's chances to move on its own. Over time, confidence in these small movements fades, even though the body still has ability left. What matters is that there is no need to force ourselves to stand up quickly or repeatedly. Slowing down and paying attention is enough. Before standing, we can give the body a few seconds to prepare, place the feet firmly, breathe steadily, and then rise gently. Sitting down can be done the same way, without rushing or dropping into the chair. These slow, mindful movements help the body feel safe and gradually more familiar with using its strength again. Standing up and sitting down is not just an exercise, it is part of everyday life. When this movement becomes easier and gentler, many other daily activities also feel lighter, and that alone means the body is being cared for in a thoughtful and respectful way. Exercising at home is enough. There is a very common belief after 60 that exercise has to happen outside the home, with equipment, or under someone's supervision to feel safe. Because of that, many people end up not exercising at all, simply because it feels too complicated. In reality, what the body needs at this stage is quite simple. The familiar space of our own home, where we move and live every day, is often the best place to maintain strength. At home, we know every corner. We know where the floor might be slippery, where our footing feels secure, which chair feels steady, and which table we can lightly hold if needed. That sense of familiarity reduces worry when we move. When we are not tense about our surroundings, the body relaxes, and movement becomes much more natural. For older adults, feeling safe can be even more important than how much or how often we exercise. Some people worry that exercising at home is not enough, but in truth, everyday movements are already a strong foundation. Sitting down and standing up slowly, taking a few steps across the room, holding balance while standing in one place. When we do these simple actions with more awareness and at a slower pace, the body receives a clear message. Muscles are reminded of their role, joints stay active, all without pushing beyond comfort. Home is not only a place to rest. It can also be a place to care for the body in the gentlest way. When movement feels this familiar and approachable, it no longer feels intimidating. And just by keeping that habit alive, the body benefits more than we might expect. Gentle but consistent. Many people have tried exercising for a while, only to stop later on. Not because they did not want to continue, but because in the beginning they did a little too much, pushed a little too hard, and the body became tired and discouraged. After 60, the body no longer responds well to sudden changes. It needs time to adjust, little by little, much like how we naturally slow our steps when it gets dark, just to feel steadier. What the body truly needs is not long exercise sessions, but the steady repetition of gentle movements. When we do a small amount, but do it regularly, the body begins to remember. The muscles remember that they are being used each day. The joints remember that they still move, and the mind feels calmer, knowing that everything is happening within a comfortable, manageable range. After 60, recovery takes longer than it once did. If we push too hard today, tomorrow we may feel sore or tired, and then hesitate to continue. But if today we move just enough, and tomorrow we still feel okay, it becomes much easier to keep going. That ease of continuing is what truly matters. It allows movement to become a natural part of the day, rather than something that requires effort and willpower. It is also important to allow ourselves slower days. Some days we may move a little more. Other days we may do very little, perhaps only standing up and sitting down a few times. All of it counts as caring for the body. There is no need to force ourselves into a rigid routine. The body changes from day to day, and all we need to do is listen. As long as we keep that steady rhythm, even a very slow one, the body will respond in its own way. There is no need to do more. Simply continuing a little each day is already good enough. By now, you may see that maintaining strength after 60 does not require anything grand or complicated. It simply begins with understanding that the body changes over time, especially the legs. As the legs grow weaker, standing up and sitting down becomes harder, and we naturally begin to avoid movement. Yet, it is through those same familiar, everyday motions that we can help the body feel steady again. There is no need to go outside, no need for equipment. Staying at home, slowing things down, and moving with a sense of ease is often enough. What matters most is not doing a lot, but doing things regularly. Each day does not have to look the same. As long as you remember your body and offer it a little gentle movement each day, that is enough. You do not need to do everything you have heard today. Simply choose one or two things that feel right for you and let them become small, steady habits. Patience is especially important at this stage of life. When we stop pushing, stop comparing, and stop rushing, the body responds in its own slow but lasting way. I hope that after listening, you feel more at ease with yourself, more accepting of the changes that come with age, and confident that with just a little care each day, life can continue to feel calm, steady, and reassuring.